my thing motto in life is really like faith without action means nothing. That you must obviously have faith in God, have faith in your dreams, have faith in your talent, stuff like that. But if you're not gonna work hard, if you're not gonna have that action, it means nothing.
Yeah.
It means whatever God blessed you with, if you're not gonna do your own part, nothing's gonna happen. If you're not gonna try to be the best in your own thing, nothing's gonna happen.
Welcome back to Misunderstood. We're still in Cape Town. That's going to be an interesting conversation as we progress throughout the year, but we'll have that conversation when we get there. But nonetheless, we're speaking to people in Cape Town who are doing the thing, who are capturing the scene, who are actively getting creatives in their creativity. People who add a touch, a taste, an element to how we see the world online, whether it be through editing, videography, and sometimes modeling. Ore, how are you doing today?
I'm good, bro. What an intro, bro. Man got that embedded in his head. Yeah, that's an intro still, bro. I'm good. And you, how you feeling, bro?
I'm good. I want to say firstly, thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate you for giving me your time.
Yeah.
I want to talk about you, your journey, what you do, the space that you're in, how it's been, because I think the industry is one of those very big words that's very hard to define. It is wide, it's broad, and there's many things that you can do in it. What do you do? Who are you when people ask you that? But yeah.
What do I do? Who am I? I'm just a guy that wants to be creative in it, like someone who wants to create amazing things, blow people away with my work, just trying to work hard, trying to show God's blessings through my work and everything. That's why I'm obviously I was born in Nigeria. I moved here when I was mad young, so then we're there. But yeah, I've been modeling, doing videography, editing. Someone who just loves to be active in it, just trying to show people that Chocolate Superman in it, just someone who can do it all, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a small about me. Obviously, I'm also a student as well. Study computer science. So it's chai, bruh. Life is up, down, this, that, everywhere. Everyone's like, damn, when can I rest?
Yeah.
But I couldn't have it any other way, dog.
Yeah. I want to talk about your first creative aspiration. What was it? Because as you said, it's kind of been broad, it's kind of developed over time. But what do you remember your first creative thing being?
So my first creative thing being when I was like 13, I used to do robotics, right? I was in a robotics competition, all those Lego robotics, that worldwide robotics competitions, right? So I made like robots out of Lego. So I went to Johannesburg for competitions and stuff like that. So I was really into like creating and stuff like that with Lego, and I used to win these competitions. So my dream was always to do like mechatronics, robotics in the future.
Wow.
And then when I was 15, I used to be one of those A and T dancers, right? To hit the folks, you get me? And I saw this one edit. This guy was cooking this edit for a dancer, right? And I asked the guy like, how much can I have this? Like, can you make me an edit, bruh? He said, nah, I have to pay, bruh. I'm a 15-year-old, bruh. I don't have money like that, dog. And so I was like, no, I'll just learn myself in it. Did YouTube University, started doing the edit. It was bums, but I was like, this is kind of cool. So then started editing when I was 15, just editing my own dance videos, editing other people's dance videos. And then just from then on, like, I felt that, this is actually pretty cool. Like, I love creating and I love the reception that it gets. And obviously, like, when you do something, you just want to get better and better in it.
Yeah.
I'm a very competitive person. So, like, I don't want to be, like, the worst person. Like, I want to be top 5 in everything I do. Because if I lose, if people don't know me, I can't lose. Like, can't be. If you're in my team and we lose, I'll kick you up, blood.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's, like, where the creative journey came from. Just came from me exploring and doing my own thing, really. Yeah.
When you were in your early days and you remembered editing for the first time, were you ever like nervous about editing, or was it just something that you were just like, I want to master this thing?
I was never nervous because I didn't take it serious until like I knew it could be serious. So like when I started off with dance videos, right? Or the case where I was charging people like, so my clientele back in the day when I was 15 was like American dancers and stuff like. So I had opportunity to work with Ayo and Teo, those dancers and stuff like that. So we had like a editing community, people from Ghana, people from Nigeria, people from South Africa, people from America.
Wait,
that-
how did you find this editing community?
it was just like, so the editing, so as I told you, the person that I wanted the free edit from, right? He did it, he started doing it, right? And then I started kind of not copying his drift, but like kind of like we had the same editing style. And then a bunch of people had the same editing style together, and we all had the kind of the same start with like little animations, drawing animations. So it's all as like a drawing animation thingy. So just draw around the characters, the dances and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Wasn't anything big. So we all had like a little community. We had a group chat, back in the day, like probably like 20 editors from around the world. We just had a group chat, share our own videos,
Wow.
share our clientele. So we had a chance to like work with big dancers back in the day, like when Aeon Tail stuff was pumping. So I used to release those videos, and yeah, I used to charge like small dances in America like $3, $4,
Yeah.
something small, because obviously I'm a 15-year-old person, 15-year-old youth. I wasn't gonna do that money. And then from then, I saw my one editing friend. He started doing. There's this one like big editor. He started doing basketball videos, but like the like animations and drawing and stuff like that. And I was like, nah, this is fire. I want to try this also. So then I stemmed in towards doing basketball videos because I got inspired from him. And with basketball, like, I don't know anything about basketball. Like, I can't lie to you.
Really?
I don't know anything about basketball, dog. Right? But it was just cool to edit with like the dunks,
Yeah.
with the dribbles, with the fast pace. Like, nah, I can be creative with it. So then it was like a case like, okay, I know what I'm doing now. So now I'm working for big basketball brands like Ball is Life. I had connections to Overtime. I had connections to Atlanta Hawks. So it just all came together because, I don't know, God is good. So like, just all came together. I started working hard. But obviously I was 15, 16. So it was also like a case where back then, what I was doing, no one could do.
Yeah.
Like now, everyone can basically edit with like, just depends level of editing. But back then, editing was something new.
Yeah.
Only thing people knew was cut or big VFX, like movie style. So what we were doing was like new to the market. So that's why I got like lots of clientele and stuff like that. So that's how I thought. That's how the editing group I was in, and like everybody knew each other. So it's kind of like a little family that we collected, bruh, but just a bunch of editors around the world. And so that helped me growing to become a good editor.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about just like your journey and you think about some of the things that you're naming, Ball is Life, Overtime, I mean, for people who love sports, those are like some of their biggest like places that they go to view sports, to see what's happening in the sports world, to hear hot takes, to see highlights. This is 15, 16-year-old you. Firstly, one, what are you thinking when you get these opportunities? Like, were you ever like shocked? Were you ever surprised? Were you ever excited? But two, in actually executing the opportunities, what's going through your mind?
So, sorry. For me, I'm a very nonchalant guy. Like, when I get big opportunities, like, okay, God is good. Let's work hard in it. When I was getting these, like, jobs and, like, these collaborations with these companies, just in case, like, it's cool. I didn't know them. I'm not from America. The only thing I know is football, really. Like,
Yeah.
So I was like, cool, let me just be creative. It wasn't a case like, it wasn't a case where it was such a big job that I had to like, make a VFX for like the whole thing. It was just like an Instagram post, a reel. So it wasn't like too much pressure on me, and it just wanted me for my creativity end of the day. So it was like, case where it wasn't pressure, it was just like, how creative can I be with what I'm doing? But there was times where like, I'll get a client, and obviously 15, 16, me, I'm small, so I don't know like anything about pressure and anxiety. So I'll create this. Like, they don't like this. Like, okay, I'll create this again. It was like, no, it wasn't deep for me because I was 15, 16. I was like, it is what it is. I'm growing, but like, I did make some bucks from it, and I was like, obviously, I could give back to my mom and give back to my dad, which was like most important thing for me. Now it's like there's more pressure because now I'm like indirectly connections with like big corporates and events and stuff like that. Now it's like a case where I'm old now, so like now they can proper put me in my place.
Yeah.
But yeah, back then it was like I'm just doing what I like to do. It's just fun. It's no pressure to it. It's not like I need to do it.
I want to ask a very interesting question, which is two things, because I think you say something very interesting about editing in general, which is it wasn't as popular as it was back then when you had started. But also then there is the learning how to edit in and of itself. When you think of yourself, when you think of that process, unpacking that process, learning that process, who were you looking to in terms of your inspirations? But also what particularly about editing had drawn you in?
So like there was this one guy, I think his Instagram is the animated poet. He was like someone I wanted to like his videos just amazed me. Like I was like, nah, this is crazy. And for me, I'm very much like a problem solver guy. So editing, I think editing as problem solving. It's like, how can I do this effect and how can I do this and like what will bring catch the eye of someone. It's like if I'm editing, I want something to go like the one video I made for drama, I made the eye pop up and like go through the eye. It's like, okay, how can I do that? What problem solving I can do? So when I was doing school, my favorite subject was like physics and maths because I love problem solving, like just like thinking, critical thinking. That's how I always thought editing was, and I can be creative while doing it because like I love to show people a creative side of me that I don't really show myself because I'm very much a very calm person. Like if you see me, I'm either laughing. I make lots of jokes. I laugh a lot, but I'm a very calm person. Yeah. It's like I express myself through my editing and express how I feel through my editing. So yeah, in terms of like inspiration, this guy called Animated Poets, and then if you just watch like a reel and just see like, nah, that's crazy. Yeah. Like let me do that. I think I can do that better. Like that's just been me. Like I always look at somebody's work and be like, okay, nah, you cooked, but how can I do this now? Like how can I make it one? How can I one up? Not in like case of the competitions, like doing competition to myself. Yeah. How can I make this better? Or how can I use this and make it my own? In terms like that. So that comes with the creativity and like editing in general, just like how can I show my style and show people things I haven't seen before. Not that like the normal editing, which is cool and everything, but I've always like this jobs are rejected because I just like there's no creativity in the job. Huh. So like I don't want to be boxed into something, into like being a videographer. I want people to hire me for my own style, for my own editing, not just because I'm a videographer or editor, they're hiring me. So yeah.
It's interesting because you spoke about Lego and you spoke about building blocks, you spoke about problem solving. And I guess for many people who've never opened a timeline, like editing to some degree is the Lego pieces coming together, putting them together, making the building blocks and getting to like a foregone conclusion. When you think about where you were when you were younger, were you aware of what your style was, what your building block elements were in terms of what you wanted to do, how you wanted to present yourself? Or do you feel like that's only something that you started to discover like with time?
So yeah, when I was younger, like obviously I was a Minecraft youth as well. So I just wanted to create the maddest things, but like in my head, right, I want to create something. Creating it, I don't know about it. Yeah. But in my head, I had like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. Obviously, I didn't know how to do it. But like, my head is like very much the random things. So like, I would think about the most random jokes or think about the most random scenes. So like, my head is very much random. Like you can't box it in. Yeah. So that's where that creativity comes from.
In that randomness, and I probably asked this about like younger you, do you remember yourself being like a creative child? So like someone who was just bouncing off the walls, always having ideas? Or do you feel as though your creativity has exposed what was happening in you as you were a child?
I think when I was a child, especially with Lego and Minecraft and the robotics, like it was a case where how can I do something creative but like make it actually something important? Yeah, like especially with the robotics, that brought like problem solving and creativity together. So like I had to make the robot to do something, but like, at least let me make the robot cool. Yeah, let me not make it like look bombs and stuff like that. So it was a case where when I was younger, I was always being the problem solver child. Like I always was thinking like good at maths, good at physics, but I was always bad at like English and theory stuff. So like remembering things and like reading books and like all that stuff. But like give me a problem, give me a times table, I'll solve it. But like also with division and fractions, if you think about it, it's like you put two numbers together, you long division, you calculate it, you get the answer.
Yeah.
That's how I always thought about like, creativity. Like I'm bringing different things together. I'm calculating. Now I bring it together and give a product that's fire to everyone while making sense. You get what I mean?
In you saying that, I'm interested to know how much of you feels like your creative process is formulaic for yourself. Because to some degree, I guess, solving problems like in math, you learn tools, right? You learn times tables, you learn division. And it's not to say every problem is the same, but it's to say that you utilize these tools to get to a certain answer. When you think about your editing process, your videography process, would you say there's tools that you have when you go into the process that you use that you then try to make sense of a problem before you necessarily execute a problem?
Yeah, with every video I make, right, I have my go-to effects basically, or like I have things I already know how to do. Or with every editing thing, like After Effects, I use most of the time. You have different effects. With After Effects, you have like 4 effects together to make one 5-second clip look proper. Which is like I'll spend like 2 hours on this just to make one 5-second clip. But with the process and everything, it's like, okay, I already know what I want to do. I know how I want this to look, or like, oh, how can I make this look amazing in my own way? So when it comes to tools and stuff like that, it's just adding different effects, testing out different effects, adding them together, and seeing what it will create. Seeing if it creates something fire, or see if it creates something bums. So like when I was younger, one thing I didn't know was like I didn't know anything about frame rates. I didn't know anything about ISO, shutter speed. I just knew random effects, or like I knew how to like draw the characters and stuff like that. So I'll put it together and it'll be fire. But I was like, looking at it back now, it's like some of it didn't make sense, bro. Like I'll put like a 25 frame per second clip on like a 100 frame per second sequence. So like it still looked fire and everything, because obviously back then editing wasn't that clinical and everybody didn't know what doing. But now it's like, okay, let me actually make sense of it. But while bringing that creativity to the sense of it,
Yeah. I want to talk about your time that you walk away and the thing that brought you back, because it is an interesting time, right? You kind of start where no one's doing this thing, and you kind of come back when everyone's kind of doing this thing, or at least there's at least a rise of people being interested in trying to figure out how to edit, what is editing, trying to do it at scale. What necessarily brought you back? What inspired you to come back? But also, what had you had felt changed in the space from when you had started versus when you had came back?
So so when I came back, right, I came back to not work full, just made videos for UCT basketball. Obviously because I was doing basketball videos only for a long time. So it just made sense. So like they had a application that was like, who wants to edit videos? Like edit for us, and I was like, sure, why not? Because one thing about me, I'm also a very lazy person, dog. So like the problem with back then, like when I was 15, 16, I don't know, 17, 18, 19, I was like making videos, but like make 1 video or 2 videos a year, just because I just couldn't be asked to make a video, bro. So yeah, I came back editing YouTube basketball. It wasn't serious or anything. It was just like I made cool videos, this and that. I was still very comfortable not editing, like not taking it serious, because I started modeling as well. And the modeling paycheck was really nice back on that paycheck was nice. So I was doing full-time modeling. And then with the full-time modeling, like I think last year was, it didn't stop, but just reduced drastically. So then I was like going 1 month out of job, 2 months out of job, 3 months out of job. I'm like, damn, am I ugly? Yes. What's good? I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like, hey, I'm chopped. But that just made me realize that I need to do something that's in my own hands. Like I can approach a client, I can do this. Like I used to be an editor. Like I used to be a good editor. So, but when I came back, the market was oversaturated, bro. Like there was everybody's using CapCut, everybody's making cool videos, and I was like, am I actually gonna like, is it actually gonna pattern? But with like UC basketball, I was talking to one of the media people. So I made a bunch of videos for them. Only posted a few because of like these videos are so like out of this world, like in terms of like not in the African market, you don't really see like blasts or like, you know, big effects. It's just normally like, you know, I'm a piano, people looking nice, high quality videos, but my videos very much somebody going through a portal or this, that. So it's like it's cool, but like it like looks weird. Like I don't think people are gonna like it, right? And then they posted this one video that did so well. And I was like, I looked back in that video, I was like, I made this video and no one else can make this video but me. Because like my style is so different than other people's styles. I was like thinking to myself, let me just make the most of it and see how it goes. So then last year, it's like I started making videos, like my old self again. Obviously, I wasn't as good as back then. Back then, I was making crazy stuff. I was like, yeah. Sometimes I look at my video, I'm like, how the hell did I make this? Like, what's going on, bro? How did I make this, bro? So yeah, so like that's why with my videos, it's very much like editing, very editing based. And it's like that what I use to leverage in other people's that I'm good at editing. Like I can make VFX that other people can't make.
Yeah.
Well, like other people that are in my kind of brackets, not like the high end people, like people that are starting off. So that's what kind of brought me to it. It was tough because like everybody was an editor.
Yeah.
Everybody had a camera. Like especially last year or the year before that, kind of like editing became easy because CapCut templates low-key ruined the market.
Yeah.
So now everybody can be an editor. Everybody has a good iPhone. So it was hard to like get into the business again. I actually only patterned like last year, December, when I got the opportunity to work for Billboard Africa. That like changed it for me because I was going to all these events and all these like big videographers or like big artists were looking at my work. And then that's when it patterned, like that's when I got jobs and stuff like that. Because before I was getting jobs there and there, but it wasn't like anything serious. Like, because also I had no connections because my market was in America. I had no South African connection. Like I had no one. It's just like only my friends knew I make cool videos, right? But my market was basically in South Africa. So when I was based in America. So when I started trying this African market, it was like I wasn't patching at I'm not a club person. Or I'm not like an outside person. And one thing about South Africa, like if you want to build a connection, you need to be outside.
Facts. Can't be inside.
You need to be outside, bro. You can't just stay home and play FIFA whole day, bro. And that was me. I'll never been a clubber, never been somebody that parties. Obviously, you go out one time, but like, I didn't really like the nightlife. Didn't like going out, didn't like drink. I don't smoke, don't anything like that. So only when I asked my one friend who's a photographer and photographer, his name is Guru. I wanted Ghana tickets, bruh, to watch Milk and Cookies, bruh.
Yeah.
So I asked him, bruh, I don't want to pattern like a ticket for Ghana, right? And then he's like, I'll see. So he was working for Billboard Africa that time. But he went back home to his country. So he put me on for Billboard Africa. And then I went to this one event and I cooked that video and it's so nice. So like I kept shooting for interviews with like Durban Gogo, with Mariah the Scientist, with Odile, with Billboard Africa. Then whenever I went to the events, I'll make my own event video. Like the event hired me.
Yeah.
But I'll make it like top 5. And obviously the event would like collaborate with me. That's how other videographers saw my work. That's how things started blowing up. Because I was like, nah, let me just make the most of this opportunity. Because now I'm in the spaces that I'm not usually in.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, let me cook, let me talk to people, let me make this video so fire that people will be like, nah, I need this guy on my team here. Yeah. So yeah, that's how the pattern. It was very tough in the beginning because I had no connections. I had no one in the industry. I had nothing. I didn't go out, didn't party. So yeah, coming back was very tough. But now it patterned a bit. Yeah.
I mean, I do want to ask about the, I guess, reestablishing connections in South Africa because, firstly, one, for many people who don't know the space and don't know you need connections, like this is probably a big shocker, which is because most people think it's just like you show up one day, you're talented and you get there, and it's like, it's not always the case. But I think the deeper reality, and I guess the question I'm curious for was, what was your process about actually going about to develop this network? Like, what did you have to do? What did you do differently that allowed you to be able to access people, be able to then edit videos, be able to get to the events that you wanted to get to? And yeah.
So with working for Billboard Africa, I've been to like events like like December, January.
Yeah.
Bare events, but like every day there was an event. So there was like 2 weeks straight, I was just cooking up videos, right? And like with the interviewer, his name is Tesha for Billboard Africa, he was really good to me. So like he would show my work to other people.
Wow.
Because my work was that good that he was like, nah, you need to be seen.
Yeah.
And so it was like, a case where I was posting on Instagram. Obviously, I don't have a big Instagram following, but I have like a very engaging audience. It's like people from modeling, people from. I had lots of brands following me because of modeling. So I had brands from Mr. Price, such photographers, videographers. So whenever I posted my story, it'd be like, I didn't know you could pattern like this. You get what I mean? I thought it was just a pretty face, bruh. So it was a case like everything came together. I feel like for me, it's really just God's timing. And I feel like God put me in situations where I had to stop. I had to go through. I had to go through the modeling to make connections I didn't even know I was making.
Yeah.
With like following photographers, following videographers, following brands, brand owners following me with the modeling. And then now with the videography, it's like every time I post my story, I already have connections seeing my work.
Yeah.
Instead of like me having to pattern up a video that has like 10 million views. But like whenever I post my story, like people are like, nah, why? Wow. Like now suddenly my Mr. Price is seen and Mr. Puma is seeing my videos, or like, because they're already following me from the modeling. So for me, it was just like God's timing with the connections point, because I'm not a shy guy, but like, when you're in a new space, it's just like, what am I doing here? Like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I like a little dance, but like, I don't know anyone here. So like for me, it was just really just God's timing, put me in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Not that was too early, not too late. But I feel like if I had to be in a situation like a few years ago, I don't think I would have patterned, because obviously I was young and I was immature.
Yeah.
With the modeling, I was very comfortable because I was getting paid a lot. And then when that modeling came out, when God stopped me from that modeling thingy for those 4 months, he told me like, you have to work hard. You can't just be comfortable in your own things.
Yeah.
And with modeling, the most thing you do is just work out, bruh. I would go there, shoot, I'll go home, I'm clear. And that's taking my bank account, bruh. So I didn't really have to work hard. But like with videography, obviously sleepless nights with editing, this and that. So like it was just a case where God removed from that comfortability and took me to a place of work. Now it's a case where how much work, how much do I want it?
Yeah.
Like how much work can I produce out so that people can see? So like I was making like vlogs and edited vlogs and edited out for the days before I got like big jobs and stuff like that. So I was just cooking that like every week or every month, just for vibes at first. But then when people started seeing it, people started like, nah, I love your work. It's like, okay, let me push harder and let's see what happens. So yeah.
Yeah. I think like the most beautiful thing about your story is very much like divine timing, like God's plan. Like I think, and allowing it to be finding yourself and allowing yourself to find it whenever it's necessary, and going that I'm not necessarily in control of that, but I'm willing to take it for whatever it is. I do want to ask about that bridge, that part that you speak about, modeling being this like almost hidden force that you never thought of that also has an impact to your wider story. Why did you start modeling? Like, and where did it come from? Because of course you went from editing and then you stopped editing to focus on school. And then you come out of school, now you start modeling. How did that happen? Where was that conversation from? But also, you were an editor. Editors are very comfortable behind, not even being seen, actually, not even behind the camera. It's just like they might not even be seen at the place, at the venue. It can be a very solitary job. What made you go, actually, I'm willing to put myself out there. I'm willing to be seen like that, and I'm willing to do this thing?
Yeah, I mean, like, so growing up, I was very much like the class clown, the dancer. I played football. I did a bunch of things. I was very much like just that cool guy. Like, I always just felt like I'm that guy.
Yeah.
So like being in front of the camera wasn't that different for me. But with the modeling, to be fair, mom just said, I just started growing tall for no reason. And then mom was like, Oreoluwa, just try apply for boss models. I was like, sure, I know. Mom told me to. So I applied for boss models. I got accepted the next day. It's like, cool, calm. And then
What age were you at this time?
I was 18.
Okay.
I was 18. But funny enough, I only got my first job when I was 19, 20. So that 18 year I didn't get, I just had a bunch of castings, but I didn't get like a proper official job. And then halfway when I was 19 when I got my first job of Vans. So when I was 18, 19, I was actually just doing nothing in my life, bruh.
Yeah.
Just sitting down playing FIFA, bruh, whole time, bruh. So just kids of just lazy. But with the modeling, it just came. I was never nervous. Obviously, it's like I didn't really. 18, 19 is when I started like posting a lot on Instagram. So I had like a small following. I had my outfits. I had my hair. I started looking nice. Started looking clean. So I posted on Instagram a lot. So I was getting like got a few Instagram followers there. They're getting like nice likes on my story and my nice likes on my photos. And then so when I started modeling, it was very easy for me. It's like I really used to be in front of the camera. I take like photos every day or something like that. So the modeling was easy. For me, I love to meet people, like, especially in a space where we're all together, we have no choice but to meet.
Yeah.
And then I can just make jokes whole time, make everyone laugh. And then it was pretty calm. Like, I enjoyed modeling. I still model also, but back then when I did it full time, it was like a case where every time I did a shoot, I'll be more comfortable in front of the camera. I could find my own way to like shoot in front of the camera, my own process of shooting in front of the camera. Obviously, the first few ones I had like 3.5 poses. Ask me anything else. I don't know my sister. I don't know my brother. Just give it to God, bruh. But now it's like it's bread and butter for me. It's like bring a camera,
Yeah.
I'm on it, in it.
Yeah. I mean, even within that and within like the modeling journey, what does it actually look like to be a model? Because you've spoken about casting, you've spoken about the process of being selected. Like, what are the stages to it? But also, I don't know, how do you become a good model? Like for people, like, because it's such a weird space. It's kind of just like people think it's be yourself, show up, we'll take a photo of you. And to some degree it is, but to some degree it isn't.
Now with modeling is like the main thing in modeling is patience, because modeling is not in your hands. Like you can't go up to Mr. Price and say I'm your model now. You can go up to Puma and say I'm your model now. It's very much if you get selected, you get selected. But it's just how good are you that you'll keep the same client. So like, what kind of poses do they want? How do you want the clothes to look on you? Because at the end of the day, modeling is about the clothes, not about you. So like, how can you make the vibes? Are you cool to work around when everybody's there? Like, is your vibe cool? Or are you someone that they're gonna remember? Or is something they're gonna forget? So when I was modeling, I had a way of like making everyone laugh or making everyone feel comfortable, like with themselves, especially with new models. New models are nervous. I'll be like, nah, bro, hit that pose, bro. Hit that pose. So like, I was very much the vibe of the set.
Yeah.
So like, everybody was comfortable with me. I was talking to everyone. I talked to the photographers. I talked to the videographers, and everything. With modeling, it's just like, how can you show yourself through the poses, through the photos? Like sometimes when I'm serious, I'll hit like a different pose. I'll hit different poses, or like I'll start smiling and start laughing. Or I'm a very athletic person, so I'll do something athletic, like play football or do like a front flip or something like that. So just a case of like, how much can you show off in your photos? So yeah.
I mean, I'm curious to know, because it seems like literally since you're from birth, being very young all the way to your old self, you've never feared the spotlight. You've never had the trepidations that most people would have, which is oh, I'm nervous, oh, how do I look? And potentially I think it could be there and you might provide insight to that. But unique to you and true to you is almost the ability to say that the spotlight has always been present and I can be there. There's like nothing in you that fears away from it, shuns from it, goes away from it. What in your early days do you remember that's given you a lot of that ability to be like, I'm going to be myself regardless of what's happening in the world? But also, when you are doing these things, do you ever have any trepidations?
So the big thing that really helped me not caring about what people think is that I didn't go to high school. I did online schooling. So obviously I went to primary school, and then after primary school, I went straight into online schooling. So I did Cambridge. So I was alone for like 8 years straight. Like I didn't really have friends like that. I didn't really go out. I just did my work, play FIFA, edit small. So like it was a case where no one was judging me. Like I was like confident in myself. Like
Yeah.
obviously it was lonely, but I had to make it peace with myself. So that way of just being myself every day gives you kind of like a self-confidence that you don't need other people to kind of make you feel better than you are right now. Obviously when I was younger, I was like, I wish I had friends. But like after a while, I just get used to chilling, you get used to playing FIFA, get used to just being by yourself. So that's where it stemmed. Like I never had a fear of what people think because I was always by myself. So like either way, you're your own best friend. At the end of the day, like your own best enemy, your own best friend. You're gonna help yourself better yourself. Not other people not gonna help you. I'm very strong in my faith. Like obviously, like God is my provider. So me believing in Christ more and more made me confident in myself as well. So yeah, but like definitely with like videography, especially this year, that's when like my most anxiety has come because now I never really deeped it until I was working for sports scene that as a videographer, you can ruin a whole event or make a whole event with your video. So like that pressure of like, if your videos bounce, there's no video for that event. That event never existed to anyone. So I was like, it's clats.
Yeah.
I can't mess this up. So that's where probably the biggest fear, because I had some times where I did mess up with my videography and stuff like that. Because one thing I didn't go to film school. I didn't go to anything for the video. I was genuinely self-taught everything. I remember my first time I bought my first camera. I had a job the next day. I didn't know what ISO was. I didn't know what shutter speed was. I didn't know how to make the brightness. I didn't know nothing about the camera. I just bought the camera because I was like, let me start videography.
Yeah.
That footage, couldn't release that photo. They couldn't release that. They didn't pay me nothing. I was like, oh, that's a nice way to come back, innit?
Yeah.
So like the videography is very much I'm learning as I go, which is pretty scary because like in the spaces I'm in, it's very much people know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But obviously now, like, I know what I'm doing. Now it's like, if I do this, there's the outcome. Say things like this. And so, like, I'm more confident in my work. But obviously, there is that thing in the back of my mind. It's like, am I doing something right? Am I doing something wrong?
Yeah.
So that's where, like, most of the kind of fear and anxiety comes. But now it's, like, very much just confident in what I do. Because I know my abilities. I know the place that God gave me that this is where I'm meant to be. It's not like I'm here by mistake.
Yeah.
So like now I'm confident in my work, confident in whatever I do. If I make a mistake, it's like, okay, how can I recover the mistake? And whenever I talk to a client or whenever I talk to someone, I talk to them like I know what I'm doing, because I do know what I'm doing now. Like I do know what I'm going. I tell them already that don't worry, but your video's gonna be immaculate. Like your video's gonna get your numbers, dog. So yeah.
I ask a question, which is, why do you continue to put yourself in these like uncomfortable yet very hard, but things that you seem to master, like spaces, right? Editing, videography. There's a lot of people who can do it. There's a few people who can do it well. And there's a few people who do it really well. And the reason why is because normally the technical skill, the ability to sit, to reiterate, to learn what does this button do different to that button? How do I put my touch, my style, my tone? You almost have had a willingness to keep going and to keep figuring it out and to learn something new, where somebody having edited would have been like, I'm fine being an editor. Somebody being a videographer would have been like, I'm fine being a videographer. What motivates you to keep picking these things up? but also when you think about your learning curve to picking them up, do you feel like you're a quick learner once you start?
Yeah, for me, I'm very much, I learn as I go. Like, I'm very much like, as I told you, I'm very much a problem solver. So it's like, okay, so everything I do, it's like, okay, let me think about this. Let me actually, deep it. Like, if I do this, what's going to happen? And like, with being in those spaces, like, I'm someone who I feel like I'm competitive in nature. So like, I can't lose. Like, I want to keep doing better. I want to be at the top in everything I do. And it was like, editing was a case where people's footage wasn't cooking for me. It's like, it was hard to find good videos to edit. So I was like, let me just edit my own videos at the end of the day. Like, I have my own ideas. I have my own angles. I have my own whip pans, this, that. So let me just bring everything together. So with the videos, I video for my editing style. Like, I always told people, like, if you want to edit my videos, good luck, bruh, because my videos are bums. Like the videos is cool, but I'm the only one that can see it because I'm editing. When I'm recording for my own edit, not for your edit. So yeah, that's why like I just took it on. I was like, nah, like even if I make a mistake, there's no need for me to worry or dwell on my mistake. I know myself. I know I'm gonna get better. I know that back then I was really cooking for big brands. What's the difference now? You get what I mean? Like I always believe that I'll be at the top sooner or later. So that's why I just keep on going, keep on making mistakes or keep on improving, and that's why I'm putting myself in situations where like I know that I'm in. God wouldn't be in rooms I'm not supposed to be. He always put me in rooms I'm supposed to be, whether it's rooms to learn or whether it's rooms to grow or whether it's rooms to perfect.
Yeah.
So that's just how I've always been, really.
Interesting to rooms and being put in rooms is, and especially in creativity, is sometimes that you don't always get to put your full expression on a project or an idea. You're working with clients, you're working with other creatives, you're working with a multitude of people. And there's something you say where you go, there's an element of me creating for myself, right? In my taste, in the way I cut things, in the way in which I think about things, the way in which I present things. When you talk about working with corporations, working with other brands, entities, whatever the case may be, how do you preserve the part that is you in terms of your work and your expression? But also, what part do they play in terms of framing and shaping what that expression is?
So with me, it's like obviously I started as like a full-on editor with VFX and stuff like that. As I had to make more videos, I had to learn that everything is not about editing. It's supposed to show the story about the event as well, or the story about what the product is selling. So like that's where the videography comes up. Like, how can I record this angle to show the product, or how can I record this angle to show what I'm actually showing, not just video full of effects.
Yeah.
That I had to learn the hard way. Because like I remember I was working for clients, I was saying like, it's fire. But like, bruh, what's going on here? So yeah, but like my end goal really is to go into advert productions, like high budget productions, like making adverts and stuff like that. Like I made a video for a Puma video, a Puma Ice versus Fire, and that one brought like storytelling, script writing, VFX, videography, all together to make one great video that shows an element of everything. That's the end goal. So it's really just learning. The end goal for me is like, I don't want to be, as I told you, I don't want to be hired as a videographer. I want to be hired for my own style. So like, there's some jobs that I've rejected because like, I know my style is not gonna cook. Like I'm not a cinematographer. I'm not gonna do a slow pans or this that. Me, I'm very much fa, which is like very good for event stuff, good for fashion and stuff like that. So I want to, whenever a client sees me or pick me, they pick me because of my style or what I show them. So like I show them very edited stuff, or I show them very that these VFX are catching the eye of anyone. So you want something fast paced, I'm your guy. If you want something slow paced, I'm not your guy. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. But it's just the way I'm marketing myself. I'm trying to market myself that I get the clients that now I'm not gonna have to fight and do this like because I don't know how to do it, or that not I don't know how to do that. It's not my things. I don't feel confident in my work. That is something totally different that I'm doing for another client because the client booked me for something that I'm not usually doing.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to grow my brand, grow my personal brand to make it show that if you hire me, this is what you're gonna get. You're not gonna get something that you don't want that you can ask any other videographer to do. You could get Ore's work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm very like I'm taken aback by how certain you are about yourself, but then how that certainty like bleeds into your work because I don't always see that in people because it's you in saying I know how I create and I know what I don't create. I know how I want to express myself. I know how I don't want to express myself. I know what I want to do and I know what I don't want to do. Like, I think sometimes I'm like, that's a shocker because you're very young. Like, that's not something that people find at that age. And it makes then sense why people are willing to work with you, able to trust your expression, ability, voice, and the capacity to be able to engage and put a presentation together of someone's moment, capture a moment. When you think about capturing those moments, when you think about yourself, and it's an interesting you said, when you think about the story part of it, what is the significance of storytelling to you in this world, in this job? And what allows you to then spend countless and copious amounts of hours telling so many different stories?
With like storytelling and stuff like that, like I feel like every video must either catch the eye of someone or must tell a story. Like either the color grading is so great that it makes you feel like you're in the video,
Yeah.
or like the effects is so crazy that's like, now what's going on? I'm shocked. Or the story is so compelling that you want to know more about the story. So I feel like with videography, it's very much those three things is that how can you make someone feel at watching the video like the colors are so nice, or like the video is so cool that you have to watch it over and over again, or like the story of the video is like, nah, the story is cooking. My one friend, but I wouldn't say partner in crime, but like he's my homie. Like we doing this together. Really, he's a script writer. His name is Jovit. This year we cooked up that Puma video together. So it's like, writer boy, write me a script, lad. Because I'm not. When it comes to like writing and stuff like that, I was never English youth. Like me, I'm very much the short list, the creativity aspect. Like even if you watch my events, like it's very much 3 seconds, boom, bam, something different happening. Obviously, slow it down, show people stuff like that. But like when it comes to like script writing, I always like I have my one friend who's like very much into that storytelling part.
Yeah.
So that's why we work together because he can tell the story. I can show the story.
Yeah.
I can show the story. I can make people feel like I'm inside the story. Make it like a case where the story is there and the production is there. So yeah, I'm very much the production side of it. But I always feel like that every video must do something to the user, whether it's make the user make it feel emotional, make them feel in awe, or make them feel like wow. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I asked this, and it's something that I didn't even realize until I thought about it, and you mentioned someone else, is the significance of community for you and in the work and in the space that you are. Because I think it's been interesting from the start, you talking about editors at 15, 16, editing with people from around the world, to saying there's someone I can call for when I need a script, or you going to break into the space, you need to be able to know people. A large part of that is community, of people doing the same thing, liking the same thing, trying to be of the same thing to some degree. What has that community meant for you in terms of the work that you've been able to do over the years? But also, what or who makes up of that community?
So I've been blessed with working with very great videographers and very great directors, especially this year. That obviously since I'm new to the game, like not new to the game, but like obviously since I'm new to the South African connections, right? Learning bit by bit from other great videographers. Like my one friend in Pumi, he's a event videographer, and he hired me for like live editing and stuff like that. But watching him work is like, okay, he's not shy to like grab someone from an event. He'll just come to this woman and be like, "You're in my video now." Now, like obviously me, I'm like, "Hey, but like just learning every shoot I do, every event I go, I learn from who I'm working with. It's like when I'm on set with. So I started doing videos for Mr. Price as a content creator, making like their small content creation videos.
Wow.
I talk to the photographers, I talk to videographers, I learn from them because like they've been there for 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
So like every sort of inspiration I can get from them, it's like I can put it to my own work, I can grow with it because obviously I didn't go to film school, I didn't go to any of these schools, red and yellow after. Like me, I'm very much, I learned from YouTube back then, I'm still learning again. So
Yeah.
with community, it's just about like growing by learning from people that are better than you in the market, people that have been there for a while. And then one homie from Mr. Price, he's also like very good director, and he was like just giving me advice like he told me that I have the potential to do something that no one else does, like to be up there with those international videographers because their effect game, their creativity is out of this world. It's like he told me that if you market yourself properly or if you go wherever you go, just make sure you get those connections small by small, especially like videographers. Because like one thing about working in South Africa is that most of your clients will be from other videographers putting you on from referrals, from working as a team like that because they already have those connections with the actual source of the client.
Yeah.
So they'll just be like, okay, I trust you to put you on. So with me making connections, like, okay, the more videographers I know, the more photographers I know, that will refer me to like more work and they'll show my work. I'm very confident in my work that a client will be like, okay, now we can use him. Like, you can put us on to him. And yeah, so community for me is very big right now. It's like everybody I meet is just like, and everybody's very like cool. Like, I haven't met anyone like likes to gatekeep anything. Like, everybody's very much to want to work with me or very much just want to hang out with me. And like, it's been blessed. That's what I can say.
Yeah, man. Nah, that's proper. that's proper. I do wanna, before we close out, I wanna ask you a question, which I think is just true to your being and true to your soul. Is for some reason you like solving problems, and in that solving problems you love learning. Why and where from? Like, was there anyone in your family who was like an avid person who just liked picking up things and just like learning things? Because it doesn't, like, that innate ability and desire to just go, I'm going to pick this up, I'm going to solve this thing, I'm going to carry on doing it until I get better. And being able to do it in so many different ways and being almost full-heartedly going like, I don't really care whether or not people think this is cool or not. That's not like a thing that you come across every day. It's not like something that's just like easy. So if you were to ascribe it to a person, a thing, an environment, like where did it come from?
So when I moved to South Africa from Nigeria when I was young, my mom made me do everything. Like, she made me do gymnastics, she made me do music, she made me do karate, she made me do robotics. And like, ever since I was young, I just always wanted to be the best at everything.
Yeah.
It's like I hated losing. Like, I would cry when I lose. So like, whatever I did, I wanted to try be good at it. Even if I couldn't do it, it's like with music. I did music for 11 years. I wouldn't say I'm the best musician, but like, I just knew what I was doing because I just didn't want to quit. Like, I didn't want to embarrass myself. I wanted to be I enjoyed it a lot. I love movement, I love dance, I love rhythms. But I know so many more people that are talented with me. But I was there because like, I want to be better at it. Even with gymnastics, I did parkour for a bit, like front flips and back flips. Like I'm not great at it, but like, I want to be great at it.
Yeah.
So that drive of wanting to be great in whatever I do, that's where that problem solving get me to. Like, it's just a case where whatever I do, I want to at least try to be the best at it. So whether it's pool, whether it's go-karting, whether it's golf, I don't want to lose.
Yeah.
Like, I also play football a lot, and that kind of like encouragement to win, to be the best person in the field, and to be the best person in what I do. That's where that problem solving stems from. Like, even if I'm not good at it, how can I be good at it? How can I force myself to be good at it? So yeah.
Yeah, man. I won't lie. You're an amazing human being.
I appreciate it, dog. Appreciate it.
Like there's very few people I've enjoyed speaking to in this city in particular as much as I have this one, bro.
Much love,
Like,
dog. Much love.
I asked this in closing, which is to say, what do you hope people take away from this? What's your message to the world? What do you hope people find from this conversation that we've had here today?
My thing motto in life is really like faith without action means nothing. That you must obviously have faith in God, have faith in your dreams, have faith in your talent, stuff like that. But if you're not gonna work hard, if you're not gonna have that action, it means nothing.
Yeah.
It means whatever God blessed you with, if you're not gonna do your own part, nothing's gonna happen. If you're not gonna try to be the best in your own thing, nothing's gonna happen. I think what I want people to take away from this, like, keep working hard in the things you believe in, whether that's your artery, whether that's your school, whether that's your own thing. Like, God blessed us with everything. God blessed us with talents that you don't even know that you had been blessed with. But once you can discover that talent, or you can discover that blessing, keep pushing it. Don't be comfortable in where you are, whether that's you doing a job that you don't want to do. Keep pushing for what God blessed you with, and things will come along. Things will ride the wave. Like I told my one friend, her name is Luto. She's a designer. And I told her that, brother, the reason why you getting so much work now is because you prayed for it, but you worked so hard for it that it's like a case where God answers prayers, but he also wants to see if you ready for those prayers. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, as you praying, like, you can't just pray and be like, come, just wait for God to do it. You have to be ready for those prayers. You have to be ready to be in those prayers. Because if you're not ready for in those prayers, then you're just gonna waste the prayer.
Yeah.
Gonna waste your prayer points. So that's this. Faith and action will always be the key to life for me.
I want to say thank you very much, bro.
Thanks for having me, my guy.
Thank you for giving me your time. Thank you for what you do, because, as I said, bro, I saw your stuff and I was like, I got to talk to you.
I appreciate it, guy.
As you've been told already, bro, you beyond doing it, you've done it with some of the craziest of brands. You're already in the space. And I can't wait to see where you go. I can't wait to see your ads in the world. I can't wait to see us being unable to skip your ads on YouTube. But yeah, man, true creative at your core, bro. And absolutely love what you're doing.
Thanks,
I love everything that you have done. And I wish you the absolute best, bro.
Much love, bro.
And to everyone else out there, this has been Misunderstood. Deuces.
My guy.